everyone, I'm doing another tag video today. I was tagged by Clare. I will link her video and her channel down below, and it's called the Princess Tag. It is the Princess Tag in terms of makeup, and it's all about high-end products. So I was really excited to do this tag actually, because although I talk a lot about budget brands on this channel and the majority of my collection now is definitely more affordable, there was a time where I only owned high-end makeup, because as much as I dabbled with makeup when I was a teenager, which obviously was mainly or completely drugstore because that's all I could afford, when I really started getting into makeup was when I went to university. So I was 18, 19, 20 by then, and I didn't buy a lot, but I was of the opinion that the only stuff that was any good was high-end. And to be fair, at the time, that was probably quite true, because the drugstore stuff just wasn't as good then as it is now. Anyway, I'm rambling. My point is, there is quite a lot of high-end stuff that I've tried in the past, and I do still have some high-end gems in my collection that I love. So what this tag is it gives you categories, and you have to say what your favourite high-end makeup product is in that category. If you don't own one or you haven't tried one, then to say what your one that you want to try, so one that you're lusting after and why. So I'm going to start with foundation. It's not one I've actually got to show you, but the only high-end foundation that I've tried and would try and try again is the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua foundation. It's a water-based foundation. It comes in a little plastic square container, which is really smart looking, not square but rectangular, and it's just got gorgeous coverage. It's great for dry skin. It gives you a medium coverage but with quite a flawless finish, and it's just one that lasts really well. It's quite expensive. I don't own it at the moment, but that is definitely my favourite high-end foundation. I do own NARS Sheer Glow. You may have seen that in the haul, but I am still yet to try it. I haven't opened it up because I've got so many to go through, so I'm waiting to use up a few old foundations before I try that one. But you know, that's a potential to nip into first place once I've tried that. The next category is concealer, and this is definitely my favourite high-end concealer, but it's one I haven't really spoken about on this channel as far as I can remember. It's from Benefit, and it's their Boying Concealer. This is a sort of, not a sample size, but a miniature size that I got in a gift set for Christmas, and I use this shade here. The reason I love this is because it's the only concealer I've got and that I've tried that doesn't really crease. And I think it's because it's a cream concealer rather than a liquid one, so I can use a really small amount and get away with it, but still have nice coverage with the small amount. So I use it under my eyes, and I do use it on blemishes as well. It's just my fave. I haven't tried many though, to be fair, high-end concealers. The only downside is, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong if you know better, these are the only two colours that they do, so that's pretty poor really, isn't it? I mean, there are a lot of other skin tones out there other than fair and orange, because that's basically what these two colours are, and I never use this orangey one. But yeah, as a concealer for the under eyes, especially if you're kind of over 30, I'm finding that a really good one if you use it sparingly. Next is powder, and I do have a powder that I, again, haven't opened and I am excited to try. I got it for my birthday. It's the EYESHADOW, I think that's how you pronounce the brand, powder. But my all-time favourite powder from the high-end brand is Makeup Forever. This is actually a powder foundation, but it's multi-usage, so you can use it as a setting powder and as a powder foundation. What's the full name? Makeup Forever Pro Finish multi-use powder foundation. So there you go. Comes in such a huge range of colours as well, which is a huge bonus. I've got it in 120 Ivory. Hit pan already. This is my third, so that shows you how much I enjoy it. I just think that even on dry skin, it's not too drying as a powder foundation. As a powder foundation, it gives you a light coverage, so if you have got problematic skin, you might not want it as a powder foundation, but I do sometimes use it that way. But the main way I use it is a setting powder. It's quite nice if you've got a really light coverage liquid foundation and then you use this as a setting powder over the top, because it's got a decent coverage as well. It overall gives you quite a nice full coverage, so that's my favourite one. Next category, bronzer, and I have got a MAC bronzer. This is in Refined Golden. I've also used it in Golden as well, which is slightly lighter than this with a bit less shimmer. This again is my third, so I've gone through 3 of these bronzers, which I think is the main compliment you can give to a product if you've gone through it so many times and repurchased it. It's not ideal contour colour, and it does actually look quite deep, doesn't it, against my skin tone, but it's not too pigmented. Now, it's not very often you consider poor pigmentation to be a positive thing, but in a bronzer, in a fair skinned person, it definitely is. So you can just put a really light layer all over. You can just use it as a slight warming up technique around the edges of your face, and I just find it lasts all day, and it's really, really easy to blend. It's one of those bronzers that if you overdo it and you try and blend it out, you're not there all day trying to dull down the effect that you've done. It's just so easy to blend, and I do love that. And it's in the back to MAC scheme as well, so every time I run out of it, I have been saving it. The first one I didn't, because I didn't realise back to MAC was a thing then, so that's a bit annoying, but I digress. The next one is blush, and I've chosen this Hourglass brush. You've heard me talk about this before. I have it in the shade Luminous Flush. So, I mean, the packaging itself is just something that is so gorgeous, and the way it looks in the pan is, again, something that's a huge draw. And it is really quite pigmented, but very, very buildable, and it gives you this gorgeous highlighted effect as well. I don't often use a highlighter on top of this if I'm wearing it, unless I really want to go for a major glowy look, and it comes in some gorgeous colours as well. This is obviously very pink, which is not going to be to everyone's taste, but there are some very neutral ones, and there's a gorgeous coral one as well, so it's definitely my fave. Eyeliner is the next category, and I don't think I have ever owned, no, I'll tell a lie, I have owned an eyeliner from a high-end brand. It's the YSL sort of kohl type pencil, but it's nothing better than any of the drugstore ones I've got. But the one I really want to try eyeliner wise is the Kat Von D Tattoo eyeliner, I think it's called. You just hear really good things about it on YouTube. It's a liquid eyeliner. It's meant to be one that just completely stays all day and is really, really good to use, especially for beginners with the sort of cat flicks that you want to go for. We can't get Kat Von D in this country very easily, so I've never tried it, but it's definitely on my wish list. Next is mascara, and I've said this loads and loads of times before, but you can get really, really decent drugstore mascaras now that are as good as high-end brands, especially for the price. Having said that, back in the day when I was into my high-end only, there were 2 mascaras that I used. No, I'll tell a lie, there's 3. So I'm just going to talk about them briefly, and I don't own any of them now. One was the Dior Show, one was from Dior, one was the YSL Full Seals, it's the one that comes in the gold packaging, and one was Lancome Hypnose. All of those I really, really loved, but none of them have I even tried recently, so don't rush out and buy them based on my recommendation. Not that I don't think you do that anyway, but I don't know if they're still as good as they used to be. Formulas change over the years. I did try the Dior Show waterproof mascara this year, didn't like it, but it could be just because it's the waterproof version. But they were my 3 go-to mascaras when I was into high-end mascaras. Lip liner is next, and I don't own a high-end lip liner. I definitely don't now, and I definitely never have. But I would love to try the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat lip liners. They're apparently just a really, really easy to apply, and they do give you that fuller lip look as well. Charlotte Tilbury is still a brand that I haven't tried and I really, really want to, so maybe that should be the first thing I buy from Charlotte Tilbury. The thing about lip liner is I never know what colours to invest in, because I've got so many different shades of lipstick, and I'm not somebody that always wears one shade. I do like to mix it up. So I kind of feel like, well, which lip liner shade shall I buy? So that's probably what's made me hesitate buying a high-end lip liner, to be honest. But yeah, Charlotte Tilbury is definitely one I'd love to try. Right, next is lipstick, and I'm going to show you a lipstick that isn't necessarily one that I wear all the time and is still my favourite colour, but it's one that I'm never going to get rid of, and it is my favourite because it's got sentimental value to me. That sounds ridiculous to say about a lipstick, but basically I never wore lipstick. I didn't think I liked lipstick. I thought lipstick was for old ladies, to be honest, because there was a time where lip gloss was the thing and lipstick wasn't really you know, something that teenagers and people in their 20s wore when I started to wear makeup. But when I went to Givenchy and said that to one of the staff members once, she sold me this lipstick, and it's just special because it's my first lipstick I ever owned, and the packaging is absolutely gorgeous, even though the colour is not something I probably wear so much anymore. So this is the packaging. I don't even know if they do these anymore, but it is so pretty. It's called their Rouge Inti Shine, and this is in number 5, Candy Shine. So gorgeous packaging. It's got this sort of, I don't know, material bit on the end, and you pull it out like that. Even more gorgeous packaging on the inside, and then your standard lipstick. So as you can see, I nearly used it up. And I think she sold this to me because it's definitely more of a lip gloss looking type thing, isn't it? Yeah, that was good English. But yeah, if if I swatch this now, you can see why when I was only into lip gloss, this was a lipstick that I liked, because it does almost look just like a lip gloss when you swatch it. So I don't really wear it now. It's too glittery and shimmery for me as a lipstick, but it's always going to be my favourite lipstick in my collection just because it was my first ever one. I'm going to keep it. I'm never going to throw it away even though I don't wear it. Moving on to lip gloss, Estee Lauder Electric Cherry. I love these lip glosses. I've had them in a few different shades now. Always bought for me by a friend actually, which is quite handy. She obviously knows me. This one, I mean, they're quite sheer lip glosses. So it's this one here. They're quite sheer, but it's really, really comfortable to wear. I'm always wearing this for work because I don't like to wear too much of a bold lip for work, and I just like something that's going to fade evenly if I don't get the chance to top it up again. Not too sticky, not mega long lasting, but not many lip glosses are, and it smells absolutely gorgeous. It smells like sweets, which is fine by me, and they do these in a lot of shades, and I do love the packaging. I mean, I've said this in previous videos, but lip gloss packaging is pretty standard, but you can tell straight away that this is high end from looking at it, even when you don't know the brand. Brow product. So I do not own a high-end brow product, and I don't think I ever have. No, pretty sure I never have. I would love to try the Illamasqua brow cake. I've seen another YouTuber use it in her tutorials. Her name's Rachel, and it looks like my ideal product because I've played around with eyebrow products a lot in the last year. I've decided that powder is my preference, and it's a powder. And it looks like the colours on it are going to be perfect for me. I should probably just get around to buying it, but I've got some drugstore stuff that I'm going to use up first, but that is definitely one that I would love to try. Miscellaneous category is the next one, so this could be a beauty tool or anything else beauty related that doesn't fit into any other category. And I'm going to talk about the Wayne Goss makeup brushes. He is, as you probably know if you're into beauty on YouTube, a makeup artist with millions of subscribers here, and he's got his own brush range. They are mega expensive, but they are meant to be amazing. So one day I may get around to buying myself one. I don't even know if he does them in sets only, or you can buy them individually, but I would love to try them. If you don't know his channel, if you don't know his channel, then definitely go and check it out. He does really interesting tutorials. There's lots of really good stuff about actual makeup technique that is so handy, and he uses his brushes in them, so at least you can see them in action as well. And finally, it's nail polish. Now, nail polish is definitely something that like mascara, I think you can get just as good versions in drugstore and budget brands. So what I'm saying is that nail polish is not something I'd necessarily run out and get as a high-end brand when I know there's so many good drugstore ones. Oh my god, I really can't talk today. But the more expensive brand I have is OPI, and I absolutely love this nude shade that they do. This is called, oh gosh, I've forgotten. I'll put it up on here because I've forgotten what it's called, and because these are little miniature ones it doesn't say them on there, but this is your perfect nude shade. It's the perfect amount of purple, grey, nude, everything about that is perfect. It means that because it's not too cool and it's not too warm, it goes with everything that you're wearing if you've got it on your nails. Having said that, I would love to just have one of the Louboutin nail polishes. Is that how you even say it? Louboutin nail polishes. Louboutin. Anyway, you know the ones, you've probably seen them, they've got like, there's a little nail polish and then it's gold all the way up like this, big pointy thing. I'll stick a picture up on the screen in case you don't know what I'm talking about. But just for the status symbol of having one, I suppose. I'm never going to have the shoes, so I might as well have one of the nail polishes. Don't know how much they are, probably not even worth it. Probably more worth buying the shoes for the price they are, considering how much nail polish is. Right, now I'm really rambling. I'm going to move on. So thank you for watching. That is all of the questions, I think, in my princess tag. Thank you for tagging me, Claire. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will tag some people down below. But if you're watching, consider yourself tagged. I would love to see your version of the video. Do let me know if you do it. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly videos, and I'll see you next time.